So what's going on, people? You know how every so often a new shoe comes along, it's a brand new model and everybody thinks it's great, right? But there's always going to be that one guy that decides, like, I'm going to be the spokesman, I'm going to be the proponent, I'm going to be the advocate, if you will, for this brand new shoe and tell everybody how great it is and why they need to have them and all this and all that, right? Well, in this particular case of what's in this bag right here, my man McFly KOF, of course, decided that he was going to be that guy and tell me, Tristan Stewart, time after time after time, again and again and again, that I needed to get these, right? Because they're just so great. Well, you know what? I went out, I bought the motherfucker. You know what? This is the wrong energy. I need to start this all over. What's going on, people? So, I am back with another video, which means I'm back with another shoe, which means I'm back usually with another box, right? Not this time, this is more of an unbagging than an unboxing, but it's still gonna work the same, right? So this particular shoe that we have in this box here, this is one that, as you saw from the thumbnail, because I'm sure you saw it already, this one, I wasn't quite on board at first, honestly, just because of the look, right? But sometimes you gotta look past the visual part and think like, okay, well, how much, like, what is this shoe offering? Like, how much do I really wanna like invest in it if it's, you know, up to par with what it seems like it should be? So in the case of these, you know what, let's just open the box, right? So here you have it, right? This right here is, and I always screw up the name of these, the Nike React Presto. I was thinking Presto React, but React Presto because the thing that makes the shoe, the part that comes first is always the sole, right? Anyway, so this right here, the Nike React Presto. So the thing about this, right, I don't really care a whole lot for how it looks. It just has a strange look to it, honestly, and that was kind of enough to not turn me off of it, but to make me wait, because they did seem promising. The thing is, when you look at the React sole, to me, it has proven itself time after time that it's pretty solid, right? Like it's a good sole to put on a shoe. They've got some pretty solid models out there. Those Element React 87s or whatever, those are nice. It's part of the sole on the Pegasus 35 Turbos. The just plain Elements seem to be doing pretty well for themselves too. It's a solid shoe, or it's a solid technology, I should say. Then on the upper, you got the Presto, right? And I'm a big fan of the Prestos. I don't have any here, but if I did, you'd probably see a lot more of them on little Instagram pictures and whatnot. And maybe I'll knock out like some reviews of older shoes when I get back to the States and all that, but that's another story for another day. As far as this goes, this right here, it has that Presto upper, which is generally pretty comfortable. Pretty lightweight, you know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a good shoe all around for just like normal casual wear, right? Not completely performance based, but it's still decent. The thing is, I was just gonna wait for these to have maybe some other colors out there that I liked a little more, though I do like this one. I've seen it from a couple people and I always thought this one was pretty nice. It's just that it was sold out online and I was like, well, forget it, I'll just catch up with them later, right? As it turns out, like a lot of things, these were just kind of sitting around in a lot of stores around here because, I don't know, I guess Koreans are just into what they're into, and it's not this for whatever reason. I don't know what they're into, honestly, other than those one Fila shoes that are unnecessarily popular. I'll have to throw a picture up over there or something because I can't think of what they are. Disruptor or Violator or Infiltrate. Something. Some kind of weird word. Anyway, so as far as this goes, right, I saw them. I thought they were a decent idea, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to make the jump into them or not, because when they do a new shoe, there's often like those first few colors that are hit and miss, and then like a couple months later there's this like unstoppable wave of all the other colors, and then I look at those and I'm like, oh, I should have waited for this one or that one or this one or that one. And I was just trying to avoid that this time, but I didn't. I gave in to what Mr. McFly KOF, of course, said, and I bought a pair. And of course I did try them on in the store and all that, you know, gotta check the size and whatnot. And they're not so bad, but I'll give my full thoughts on that in a bit. So that being said, let's pull out this other shoe real quick, as we often do. Make sure everything's looking like it's supposed to, and it is, which is fantastic. That being said, it's review time. All right, so sit this guy here, and let's do this. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the Nike React Presto, right? It's one of the newer models, as I said earlier. And what you see across the bottom, as is implied by the name, is that big old midsole with the React technology, right? Very, very cushiony. And it's also got on the bottom here, I don't know if you can tell on the front so much, but on the back here, the orange parts there, they look like they would add a little bit of durability to it, so you're not just flat out on just the normal outsole. Because from what I heard of some of the initial Reacts, like whenever those came out, they were made for running, but they wore down pretty quickly because there wasn't much on the bottom. So it seems that they may have dealt with that. This part up here, it looks like it's got a similar sort of thing going on, but you can't quite tell because the coloring is the same. This, they kind of switch it up. And you'll notice the same thing also on the bottom of the Element 87s and probably the Element 55s, but I've never looked very closely at those. But anyways, as far as this goes, this chunky sole here, it is pretty nice. Just trying them on in stores, I was like, oh, this is pretty decent. Obviously, that doesn't really do much. Just a quick try on for like the longevity of the shoe and the comfort, the all day comfort. But we can talk about that later, like I said. Moving past this, also, one thing I forgot, because I can't remember the name of this exact colorway. We'll just read it off here. It's Barely Volt and Hyper Crimson. So, Barely Volt, that is pretty accurate, because it's not quite Volt. So, I can't call them out on that for lying. And then the Hyper Crimson, that was, I guess that goes along with this color right around here, because if you remember from the Hyper Crimson ones some number of months ago, that's kind of what color those were. So anyways, that's where the colors are coming in from. But just looking at this overall, right, the sole is looking pretty good. The upper is that typical style that you would see on the Presto upper, where it's got like that sock thing going on with the plastic siding on it to like lock down these laces just a bit. Now, this thing is probably not going to do a whole lot for like as far as like locking down your foot overall. It just doesn't look like it's built for that, honestly. But I've always thought Prestos were just great for just gym shoes, honestly. And somebody asked me a while ago, I think it was a redneck nerd, what I thought were some good gym shoes, and that was one of my suggestions, was the Prestos, also the Hirachis. Not quite the NMDs, because I just don't think they're all that comfortable. But this here, this upper, it's looking like and feeling like the normal Presto style. So if you liked those, you should like these. Again, I don't have a pair to compare to right now, but I'm just saying, if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck, or whatever that phrase is. Anyways, so past that, you got these laces, kind of a thicker style, almost like those, not quite the rope style like on 11s and stuff, but they're a little thicker than usual, so it's probably a good thing, because the shoe looks a little bulkier, so to have thin laces, it just probably wouldn't really put off a good look. But all in all, this color, it was one of the better ones. I almost went with the black and the University Gold, but at the same time, it looked a little too plain for me. So while I do normally just buy into those with no question, not this time. So also, you got the nice coloring all around there. A lot of people are saying these were like a Nickelodeon sort of thing, and I get that, totally get that. And then what's on the inside? On the inside, each one of the, I guess those earlier 3 models, between this one, the black one, and like a bluish one, they all had some type of logo that went along with them. So these had some weird guy in like a lava lamp with some like crazy eyes, like he's drunk or something. I don't know how well all of that's showing up, but if it is showing up pretty well, great, that was your view. If it's not, go to any store and you'll probably still see like at least the pictures around somewhere. So really, that's about as much as I can say about the shoe without putting it on and talking about that, which is a lot of the reason people come to watch videos like this, the sizing and like the thoughts. But let's do that and see how that goes, which means I might end up having to change pants. I'm gonna see. So I'm probably just gonna film both ways and see which one looks best and throw in whichever one I like. All right, give me a second and I will be back, so sit tight. Okay, and so now we're back. Got the whole on foot thing knocked out and all that, as you can see. Changed pants because didn't really like the way these looked in jeans, honestly. They do look a lot better on foot though, and just in general, I will say that. So anyways, quick recap. This is what we're talking about here, right? The Nickelodeon style, barely Volt, Hyper Crimson, Nike React Presto. That's the name. Got it all first try, I think, hopefully. Anyway, so now that that's happened, let's bring in the videos and talk about how that goes. So the first up, the sizing, right? Because that's the important thing. I wear 9 in mostly everything Nike wise. So I bought these in a 9 after trying them on in the store, of course, because you always do that. But yeah, true to size, no question about it. The one thing that kind of threw me off about these was that normally Prestos seem to come in like just whole sizes, like 8, 9, 10, 11, that whole thing. But these, I guess it's because it's like the React midsole on them. They have like the full size, you know, like 8, 8.5, 9, 9.5, all that. But yeah, like I said, 9 was perfectly fine for me. So whatever your normal size is, and I get that maybe not everybody, I guess, knows their, you know, actual foot size or whatever. So the thing you could take is like the true size being what you would normally wear in like an Air Max, because they fit very similar to me, or any other shoe of that, you know, that same style, right? Basically go with those. So there's that for the sizing. The feel and everything though, like I said, these feel pretty good. Like as I first put them on there, they did feel a little weird, but I think that's largely just because of the way the sole is, the way the sole is down there. It's not completely flat. I mean, most of them aren't, but it's just the way the sole is. It just kind of felt a little weird those first couple steps, but after that it was good. And I'm thinking I might throw these on tomorrow just to kind of see how I feel about them, because I'm curious, you know, for the whole all day thing, to see how where they rank with other things. That will also determine what other pairs, if any, I get. But that's really it. So let's see, so that covers like the sizing, the fit. I mean, you can be the judge for yourself on what you think they look like. Personally, just when I saw these the first time, just pictures of them, I was like, no, I'm not on board with this. But again, sometimes you gotta look past that and think, okay, well, are they comfortable? Like, are they pretty decent? Is it good quality? All around, these look pretty solid. I mean, there's like, obviously, like, it's not a whole lot that goes into these. It's not like there's premium leather on there and, you know, how's the suede, and it's none of that stuff. It's just like your typical Presto style shoe. But just looking at it, it looks and feels like it's pretty solid, you know? So definitely going to suggest these. Not going to say run out and get them, but I would suggest going out and trying them on, so when that barrage of colors comes later, you know which color or which size to buy. So there's that. Also, and in case anybody was wondering what that little tag was on the side, I don't know what this is. It's just like something. It's in some Korean little stickers they put on, not stickers, but little pamphlet style thing they put on there to tell you some things about your shoes. But since I can't read it, there's nothing I can do about it. Also, while we're at it, talking about random little facts and such, if you're wondering about the sizing, or not, like the pricing and stuff out here, so these, as you can see from this, somewhere, get out of the focus there, somewhere on there it says 139,000 won. That comes out to roughly $119, which is about on par with what these cost retail, because I believe they're 120. And then on the side of the boxes, usually on the right side, you would see the dollar amount, but they don't do that because there aren't dollars here. Well, not US dollars anyway. So there's another little thing for you. So just because you don't see that on there doesn't always mean shoes are fake. Not that anyone's been calling me out or anything, but it's a thing that I hear about and from other people once in a while. When someone sees a box, they're like, no, it's fake. It's like, did you look at the shoe at least yet? I mean, or invest some amount of time into researching what you're calling out as fake. Maybe, maybe not. Anyways, so that's gonna wrap up this. So once again, these guys right here, these Nickelodeon Nike React Prestos, not too bad at all. I do like them. I am pretty sure I'll get more. I mean, they're cheap, so that's cool. Throw a discount on top of there, you can probably walk out with a pair for close to an even 100. You know, there's a lot of 20% off codes and whatnot. I think, let's see, you know what, I have one right here. If anybody wants to take a screenshot of that and use Eastbay, somewhere at the bottom is the code. Go ahead, 20% off of a purchase of $100 or more. So that should be enough time to get that paused and written down. If not, too bad. But there are rewind buttons, so click one. Anyways, so that's going to be it for the review. I don't have anything else to say, I don't think. I'm gonna go edit this and eat some of these wine punch Twizzler things that I saw at the store the other day and couldn't say no to. And that's gonna be my night. So thanks for watching. And oh, I do have another video to do, don't I? I hit 250 the other day, so that's pretty alright. Like in subscriber count, not like in the gym or something, but like here, like 250 people have clicked the little red button. Or, well, it was a gray button, but when you click it, it turns red. Maybe it turns gray. I don't know. It turns some color when you click it. So thanks for those that did that. I do appreciate it. I'll be seeing you guys soon, or you'll be seeing me, and I'll be seeing everybody else here and there. You know, I'll get a lot of casual viewers too. No problem with me. I'm cool. As long as people are showing up, I don't care where you came from. Alright. See you guys later. Have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. And I'm going to go and make this video become a reality. Alright, see ya.